It's me, Chris Biffle, also known as Coach B, welcoming you to our April 22nd webcast. It's going to be a doozy, my friends, on a pretty fundamental topic. How do we get kids to write paragraphs painlessly, or pretty painlessly? So let's get started. First thing, we have a commercial here from Biffy Bluebird. Take a look at our book, Whole Brain Teaching for Challenging Kids. It's on Amazon.com, and Amazon.com has this cool feature. You can look inside of it. You can look inside of it without even buying it. And tell you what we'll do for our Whole Brain Teaching friends. If you order the book, we're going to throw in the back cover for free. Oh my goodness gracious. These are our WBT Common Core webcasts. This is program 552, and we're answering the question, what is a paragraph? Now these webcasts are teachers' favorites because I'm going to do the teaching of your students. You just pop the PDF in your computer and let Coach B and the Mind Giants do the teaching for you. So that's all you have to do. Let me teach your class about paragraphs. You sit there, one finger on the computer, the other pouring down a foamy latte. I'll teach your kids about paragraphs. Now here's the lesson. 5 steps. It's our 5-step lesson plan. We start with a question, what is a paragraph? A paragraph is an indented topic sentence followed by detail sentences. That's our definition. We used to leave out the word indented until we realized a lot of kids don't indent. Our 3rd step is we're going to give examples of paragraphs, including topic and detail sentences. We're going to use a quick test, and then kids are going to write 5 paragraph essays. And my friends, I've got to tell you, our 5 paragraph project is alive and blooming all the way down in kindergarten. In a week or two, we're going to have some videos for you of English language learners in kindergarten giving complex topic sentences. Oh yeah, it's coming, my friends. It's the triple whammy sentence. More about that later. So, in order to use these special PDFs, your kids need to know Class Yes, Hands and Eyes, Mirror Words, the Scoreboard, and Teach OK. But now I'm taking off my glasses here, my friends. Let's say your kids don't know Class Yes, Hands and Eyes, Mirror Words, Scoreboard, and Teach OK. Let's say you're sitting there, you're sipping your foamy latte, and you're saying, wait a second, Coach. You can do more for me than that. Why don't you teach the kids the 5 techniques? I will teach the kids, and I'm going to show you right now online where you can get another great freebie from Whole Brain Teaching. I'm going to the screen. I'm going up here. Look at this. Here's the website. I'm going to Free eBooks Common Core. Right here, Whole Brain Teaching Introduction. Download this and I teach your kids Class Yes, Hands and Eyes, Scoreboard, Mirror Words, Teach OK. I'll teach it to your kids. You can't beat that, my friends. No matter what you think of our techniques, you cannot beat our prices. So, if you haven't used our Scoreboard app yet, it's electronic. You can go to Whole Brain Teaching on iTunes and download that. Now the next few slides in our PDF are just an introduction. It tells you how to use the program. But I'm going to jump right in to step 1, the question. All you have to do is read my speeches. Welcome. I'm Coach B, your college professor. Rub your hands together and tell your neighbor, oh, sweet mama, I'm going to love going to Whole Brain College. That's a key right there, my friends. If you present this whole lesson as, this is a college lesson, it tells you about the state of our schools, that kids are excited to be out of school and in college. So this is a college lesson by a college professor with green hair. My hair is naturally green, but for the broadcast I dye it gray. So then I say, class, and your kids will of course say, you know what they say. They say, yes, too slow. And we say, mighty grown, not fast enough, not loud enough, another frowny. Great job, mighty, oh yeah. Oh, super mighty, oh yeah. And then we call them back. Class, they say, yes. Now, what we're doing here, my friends, we're using what we call exciters. Before the lesson even starts, we get them excited about the lesson. We're going to Whole Brain College. We're going to have fun. This is going to be a super lesson. Why do we do that? I'll tell you. This is called, if you didn't know it, whole brain instruction. So, and this may seem bizarre to you, we want kids to use their whole brains. Well, deep inside the brain, here's the brain. Here's the prefrontal cortex. Deep inside the left hemisphere, deep inside the right hemisphere is the limbic system. That's where the emotions are, especially in the amygdala. So when they're excited, we're getting deep emotional response. Yes, I'm so excited about this lesson. Use this. Turn to your neighbors and show your neighbors how excited you are to escape from 3rd grade. That's our excitement gesture. Increase the heart rate. Increase the blood flow. Get the amygdala cooking up happy emotions, and they're ready to learn with their whole brains. Start your lessons with an exciter. I'm going to make a point here. My friends, listen to me. When your kids pretend to be excited, very nearly the same part of the brain is activated as when they're actually excited. They get excited to pretend to be excited. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. All right. Here we go. Next screen. Class, says Coach B. And then here is our question. What is a paragraph? Notice in these lessons some words are bold. That's to give you vocal variety. So you should be reading this. We're going to answer a big, important question. The question is, what is a paragraph? What is a paragraph? Make a full turn to your neighbor, use big gestures, and repeat the big, important question over and over. The boldface are cues to you to add vocal variety. Well, we're already answered. We've given the question, and now we're ready for the answer. We call them back, classity class. Not loud enough. Oh, and that was much louder. See, I'm even marking the scoreboard for you. You just drink your latte, my dear friends. Well, we have a comment. Doc says some of the teachers see it as too elementary. Doc, show them our YouTube videos of me teaching a class, college students, some of the metaphysics of Aristotle. Or go to a conference and I'm teaching adults using these same techniques. Here's the problem with something new. If it comes in and you see kindergarten kids using it, upper grades will say, well, it'll work for them, but not us. Or if you show middle school kids using it, lower grades will say, well, that's fine for middle school, but my first and second graders, they couldn't do it. Here's the deal. Everybody from kindergarten to college has a prefrontal cortex, a motor cortex, a visual cortex, a limbic system. It doesn't even matter what language they speak. Whole brain teaching is culturally independent, and it doesn't matter the age. Everybody likes to have fun. A little bit of experience looking at the videos, you'll see the remarkable variety. It started in college, yes, but then the first thing I did was I went to a former student, Jay Vanderfin, who taught kindergarten, and another former student, Chris Rexted, who taught fourth grade. That's a big span, kindergarten and fourth grade. And I said, hey, let's make this work, and it took us a year. But we designed it from the beginning to be K to 14. And in fact, it's K to graduate school because I use it to teach teachers. All right, here is our next screen. Our question is, what is a paragraph? Now, here's the answer. A paragraph is an indented topic sentence. Now, what we want you to say, when you say indented topic sentence, you spread your arms out wide to show the importance of a topic sentence. When you say detailed sentences, you wiggle the fingers of one hand underneath. Let me show you the gesture, and that's what's cool about the webcast. So, the answer to the question, what is a paragraph, is a paragraph, and spread your arms out real wide. You can't see it really here. Let me go here. A paragraph, in fact, I would even say a paragraph is an indented topic sentence, and spread your arms out much wider than this for topic sentence, followed by detail sentences. So that's what we want. We want to emphasize topic sentence, and we want to emphasize detail sentences. Let's go back to the screen. Now, class kablooey. We just go over it again, just like in school. We'll repeat it a couple of times. And bingo, bango, bongo, we've already finished 2 of the 5 steps. We got the question, we got the answer. Now we're ready to explore. That's the fun part. Now, how are we going to teach kids what paragraphs are? What we're going to do is we're going to show them some examples. And let me stop here for a second. Step 1 of our lesson, always ask a question. Step 2, give an answer with a gesture. Doesn't matter what you're teaching. Question, answer with a gesture. Step 3, explore the answer. From simple examples to a little more complicated to fill in the blanks examples. We've explored this pattern enough that we think we can teach almost anything in these 5 steps. Step 4, you'll see, is a test for comprehension, and step 5, no matter what we're teaching, is a writing step. So let's look at our simple examples. Simple examples. Notice I have the red word indented there. Why? Because as a college teacher, I had kids who didn't indent, for Pete's sakes. And you know whose fault it is. It's kindergarten's fault. But kindergarten will tell you, hey, it's those pre-K teachers who didn't teach their kids how to pay attention. So yeah, here's a simple paragraph. Black is the topic sentence, and then the blue sentences are the detail sentences. Soccer is fun to play. Scoring goals is exciting. Even playing defense, you'll still have a good time. So simple paragraphs. Black details, black topic sentence. And you want your kids to explain to each other over and over again the indented topic sentence using the paragraph gestures and the detail sentences. What you have to understand, in order to go from short-term memory to long-term memory, in order to go from temporary to nearly permanent, takes repetition. Kids have never heard the phrase topic sentence or detail sentence. Just get them to repeat that over and over and over and over. How many times? 25. Over a period of several days. So then, there's a hook in the brain that you can hang information on. A hook shaped like topic sentence. This is why kids who have college-educated parents have an advantage. They have heard some words used, not defined, and they're ready to have information hung off of those words. So we're building that hook. Topic sentence, detail sentence, topic sentence, detail sentence. Back to the main program. Here we go. So lots of examples. Big mistake we made. I'm taking off my glasses. Taking off my glasses, you know, this is a big point. When we explain stuff to kids, one example at a time. One example, teach okay. One example, teach okay. One example, teach okay. Research shows that if you talk for a long time, kids will remember the first thing you said and the last thing you said, and the stuff in between drops out. That's why we just use one example. It's the first and the last thing you said. Oh my goodness. I just thought that up. Give me a 10-finger woo. I'm going to say that again. We have research that shows, look at a book called Brain Rules, research that shows, talk for a long time, kids remember the first stuff and the last stuff, the middle stuff falls out. But if you use one example at a time, my friends, here's the 3D effect. One example at a time. The example is the first and the last thing you said. I'm rolling tonight. I'm going to have a big shot at California Clear. Here's to all of us. All right. Here we go. More examples. Lots of examples, one at a time. Explain them to each other. Don't buzz through these examples. Take your time. Learning about paragraphs is an important lesson. So here is a sentence, a paragraph about scientists. One scientist, Isaac Newton. Another scientist, Albert Einstein. And we want kids now to explain which is the topic sentence and which are the detail sentences. Lots of reps, lots of reps, lots of reps. Coach B comes back and he says, absolutely, my friends. In fact, let's just stop here for a second. This is the beauty of having an online audience. So you've seen how far I've gotten here. I'm about halfway through lesson 3. How long would it take you, tell us your grade level, to get this far in a paragraph lesson? Tell us your grade level, my friends. How long would it take you to get this far in a paragraph lesson? Question, answer, and about 10 examples. A week for remedial third graders. 3 days, and there you go. That's what's so helpful. All right, super. Now, let's say your kids are doing something you don't want them to do. Someone online just said, I can't get my kids to stop teaching each other. All right. What you do is, all right, you're going to teach each other, and I want you to do it the wrong way. Keep teaching each other. I'll say class yes, and you keep teaching each other. Excellent job the wrong way. Do it again. Let's practice the wrong way. Excellent. Now let's do it the right way. Teach each other. I'll say class, you say yes, and fold your hands. Central strategy. Glasses are coming off again tonight. Central strategy in whole brain teaching. Kids are doing something automatically the wrong way, so they don't realize it's the wrong way. Get them to do it deliberately on purpose as the wrong way. When they're doing something deliberately on purpose as the wrong way, oh, this is the wrong way, this is the wrong way, this is the wrong way, then they know what the right way is. Teach them the wrong way in order to clarify the right way. Does that make sense to you, my online friends? All right, here we go. Now here's the tough lesson. 2 lessons at once. Lesson 1, a topic sentence states the main idea of a paragraph. Detailed sentences add information to the main idea. This is one of the rare times we do 2 lessons at once. We have to, because a topic sentence only makes sense in terms of detailed sentences. Detailed sentences only make sense in terms of topic sentences. So, let's look at some samples. Now, the black sentence states the main idea. Dogs make the best pets. They are loyal and fun, and dogs are easy to train. Those 2 sentences add information to the main idea. Just do that over and over and over again. Look what we've done. We've taken topic sentence and linked it to main idea. In fact, there's a whole program, free, just on topic sentence that links it to main idea. There's a whole program on sentence that links it to complete message. So let's make this clear. Your kids need to know what a sentence is and to be able to distinguish it from a fragment. Go use the What is a Sentence program. Your kids now need to know what a topic sentence is. Topic sentence states the main idea, what something is all about. In fact, there's another program just on main idea. Then they're ready for paragraph. All right, my friends, here's the programs I'm talking about. 1, what is a sentence? 2, what is a main idea? 3, what is a topic sentence? Topic sentence states the main idea. 4, what's a paragraph? A paragraph is a topic sentence supported by detail sentences. Those are all the bits and pieces kids need to have straight. That's why they can't write paragraphs. They don't know what a sentence is. They don't know what a topic sentence is. They don't know what a main idea is through no fault of their own. So they're not able to write paragraphs. You follow what I'm saying here? We're not breaking it down in small enough pieces and having fun as we go. That's why Coach B's hair is green. We want to weave the golden thread of fun through everything we do. You know why? What are we powered by? A whole brain teaching classroom is a dynamo. Powered by what? Let's see if my online friends have been reading their Facebook pages. Sarah Metter. Oh my goodness, Sarah. Oh, Risa, no. Oh, my friends. You haven't been following Facebook. Whole brain teaching is a dynamo powered by funtricity. Oh, yes, funtricity. Woo! Woo! See, that's funtricity. Thank you, Andre. Oh, we're powered by funtricity tonight. All right, so here's another sentence about main idea and details, and a paragraph. Paragraph about main idea and details. Kids are going through these one example at a time. Here's another one. Math is challenging. And another one. Lots of examples. On my summer vacation, we had a great time. In June, we had fun hiking. In August, we had a blast at the beach. Main idea, add some information with your detailed sentences. We don't give kids enough examples. If you give them time to talk it through a lot, the writing follows. We don't do enough what we call oral writing. If they can speak a sentence, if they can speak a paragraph, writing it's a piece of cake. Writing should follow after the understanding of the fundamentals, and you get more repetition speaking than writing. All right, let's hit it. Now, a little review. I say, what is our question? And the kids say, questions, what's a paragraph? I ask what the answer is. Paragraph is an indented topic sentence followed by detail sentences. They said this now about, if you will count up, they have used this definition in context probably over 30 times by this point of the program. Why? Because it's a fundamental thing to know what a paragraph is. That's why Common Core is going to be trouble for people who are not doing whole brain teaching. We're laying the fundamentals. Coach B with his green hair agrees. Excellent job so far. And here it is again. The topic sentence states the main idea. Detailed sentences add information to the main idea. They should be able to say it automatically now and also to be able to identify examples. Now, we're still in step 3. Now, we go forward. Now kids start to write detailed sentences with sentence frames. Write them or speak them. I'd rather have them speak it. Paul's a mountain climber. He blah, blah, blah. Paul blah, blah, blah. School is exciting. Everyone should eat more vegetables. Topic sentence, topic sentence, topic sentence. Say some detailed sentences. Now, I don't even give you the topic sentence. School is, my friend is, our house is, where I live is, our city, etc. Just crank them out. Repetition, 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 repetition. And we come to the end of the step 3. So, step 1 is quick and easy. What's the question? Don't worry about background knowledge. You could say, who knows what a paragraph is? And you got 5 different answers, and you got 4 flyers that you have to put out, and those kids feel bad. You say, you know what? Our question is, what's a paragraph? Tell your neighbors our question. What is a paragraph? Then you give them an answer. 1 sentence, kid-friendly language with a gesture. Then already you're to step 3. That's your teaching step. Simple, 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 simple. 1 example at a time. Teach each other. Example at a time. Teach each other. Use the scoreboard. Keep them on the edge of their seat. And then towards the bottom of step 3, make the examples a little more complex as I did here in this lesson, where they're filling in blanks, where they're applying what they've learned by rote. Oh, class is off. In the early days in whole brain teaching, we got big time criticism. You're just teaching kids by rote. Yeah, we are. There's stuff we need to know by rote. Besides the multiplication tables, and besides addition and subtraction facts, We need to know by rote the definition of a sentence, the definition of a fragment, the definition of main idea, the definition of a paragraph, the definition of a prime number. We've got to know those by rote before we can do critical thinking with them. You got to know some stuff before you can think critically. So yeah, we're big and bold on starting with rote knowledge. We'll back that up, my friends. I haven't found any teachers yet who said, you know what, I'd like kids to get creative with their multiplication facts. No, you got to know 7 times 6 is 42. I almost made a mistake there. All right, so step 4. Step 4 is the test. And my friends, here's step 4 right here. We need a fast test. Who out there in my online audience is using the QT test? QT for quick test. Who's using it? Oh yeah. If you're not using the quick test, you're working too hard. All right, so what I do is, and here, someone online is saying they're using it with a seating chart. Please use the quick test with a seating chart. Have your seating chart and mark whenever a kid misses. Quick test is they put their hands over their eyes or their heads on their desk, thumbs up for true, thumbs down for false, and you cycle through some questions on the topic. They don't have to write anything down. They don't know whether they're right or wrong, so they're not embarrassed to try. So what I did here was I wrote some quick test questions for you. Here it is. We're going to go down to our quick test questions, and there's a bunch. Most paragraphs have more than one topic sentence. Most paragraphs have more than one detail sentence. And so on. Now, we've done 4 steps. Question, answer, lots of examples. We've tested them, and now we do some writing. We'll start with oral writing. So now we're at step 5. And in the lesson, I say, from here forward, the teacher is going to insert the class yes, hands and eyes, mirror words, and scoreboard, wherever you want. So now let's do a little lesson on singular and plural verbs. Let's just write some topic sentences. Blank is blank, blank are blank. Lots and lots and lots of reps on saying topic sentences, singular and plural verbs. Now let's add 1 detail sentences. Lots of oral reps. Books, sports, friends, school, TV, movies, video games, whatever you want. Now we want 2 detail sentences. That's called a double whammy. Oh no, 2 detail sentences. Give some examples. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a great book. The characters are funny. That's the blue sentence. The drawings are cool. That's the green sentence. You see, my friends, you might say, Coach, these sentences are so short and simple. Of course they are. We're trying to teach a pattern that's fundamental to sophisticated expression. A paragraph with a topic, sentence, and details. Let's don't worry about the sophistication of the sentences until we understand the frame those sentences should go in. Here's some more, my friends. Everyone should go to college. You'll learn lots of new things. You'll meet new, weird people. And isn't that why we go to college? Didn't you all meet some weird people? It's fun. Now the double whammy. Now this is a big deal. Topic, sentence, detail, detail. Now we have really moved up the critical thinking ladder. Now they're applying what they learned by rote. Now you see the importance of rote. 40 or 50 times they've been over topic sentence, and detail sentence. Now let's do some application. And you know what's coming now. Who out there has tried? Who out there has tried triple whammies? I'm taking a shot at California Clear. Anybody on to triple whammy writing? Nancy says yes. Sarah says yes, and she's a 6th grade teacher. Budsley's a kindergarten teacher. Oh yeah, triple whammy is what our advanced writing program is all about. Here's our triple whammy. So I give you a sample of a triple whammy. The black, topic sentence. The blue, the green, and the red, detail sentences. Again, an example. And there it is, a triple whammy paragraph. And now, here's the triple whammy paragraph. Here was a sample. There's a sample, triple whammy paragraph. There's a sample, triple whammy paragraph. There's the open frame, fill in the blanks, and now you know what's coming next. Oh no, here comes a triple whammy essay. Get them excited. Say, oh no, the triple whammy essay. And we believe kids can write these in kindergarten. We don't have the proof yet, but it's coming from Andrea Schindler in other parts of the country. Andrea, our premier early education teacher, joined by Farrah Shipley, another dynamic whole brain teaching early education specialist. There it is. It's the earth-shaking, crazy volcano fireworks triple whammy essay. Let me just zoom in on it so you can get the full triple whammy effect. Check that out. Black topic sentence. Detail sentence, detail sentence, detail sentence. The blue paragraph about the first detail sentence, the green paragraph about the next one, the red paragraph about the next one, and we like to keep our colors the same. It's going to be blue, green, and red, blue, green, and red, blue, green, and red. Rebecca, how about your special ed kids? Can you get them writing triple whammy essays? I'd love to talk to you about that. The color coding helps enormously. And so now they're writing essays. Now you just have the kids turn to each other and talk about paragraphs, topic sentences, indenting. That's the big summary. Now we're not done yet. They could just write an essay answering the question, what's a paragraph? And we finish up with a Power Pics. If you're not using Power Pics, you're working too hard. A Power Pics is a sign you put on the wall for every core concept. So your whole class, everything you've covered is on the wall. We color code it so they can see the syllables. Up here at the top of the Power Pics, in little white letters, is the question and answer in case you forget. You go stand over there and you use this as a cheat sheet, and down at the bottom is the gesture. It's all right there. Now, my friends, if you want a copy of this program, and I mean within minutes tonight, a copy, along with Professional Development Certificate. Good for your wall. It's going to impress mom and dad and your grandparents. Every professional development certificate has 2 pages. So you go to the PayPal box at Whole Brain Teaching. You put in $5.52 because this is program 552. I will show you right now where the PayPal box is. The PayPal box is going to come up, and it is right here. $5.52. And my friends, next week, what is a prediction? The great thing about next week's lesson is it's math or language arts is what is a prediction. And let's say you're a real fan of Whole Brain Teaching. How much of a fan are you? I'll come give a presentation, or some of my colleagues will, in your backyard, so to speak. You want to visit your school for Professional Development Day? Get your administrators to send me an email, chrisbiffle@wholebrainteaching.com. And my friends, if you wanted a whole bunch of these, like 10 of them, we'll sell you a bundle of 10 for $19.99. The first 10, Universal Homework, Oral Writing, Super Improver's Wall, Genius Ladder, 5-Step Lesson Template, Prove It, Mind Soccer, Brain Toys, and Super Speed 1000. You just go to PayPal and drop in $19.99. All right, my friends, let's see if we have any questions. Questions for Coach B tonight about the lesson on paragraphs, the lesson on topic sense. Let's do this. You've now seen the whole lesson. How long is it going to take to start from question to the writing piece? 5 steps. Tell us what your grade level is. Help each other out. How long is it going to take? I'll be drinking over here. 2 to 3 days. Melanie, what grade level? Marlene, I wish I had the lesson template as an app. 3 to 4 days in 3rd grade. Sarah, 2 45-minute class periods. 2 class periods in 6th grade. Doc, I haven't seen your name before, Doc, but you seem like a genuine fan. "30-minute blocks, yeah. Thanks, Cruz. You know, you can make a lesson template just with PowerPoint, my friends. All right, we've got some exciting videos coming up. We're gonna give some of our online people. Sarah Metter, write a little note about your great video you have coming up. Giselle Cruz, you're in a bitter contest to try to beat out Sarah Metter and Lindsay Rauch. Giselle, put a little advertisement here about how great your video is going to be. Andre, if you're online, tell us about your video coming up. We're looking at our advertisements here. Andre Desch is working on the script now. Ooh, independent variables, says Sarah Metter. Symbiotic relationships? Andre Desch, are you kidding me? I think Sarah must be nervous. She's doing independent variables, but you got symbiotic relationships? Whoa! Sarah, can you top that Louisiana boy? Confident. Oh, Andre. All right, my friends, another great lesson. Comparing two texts, says Giselle. Looks like it's going to be good. It's a whole brain teaching video smackdown, my friends. All right. We do thank you over these last months for your prayers, my friends. We are seeing the glorious effect of prayer. That doesn't mean we don't need more, but we are seeing the glorious healing effect of prayer in the health of my family. Thank you so, so much. God bless you all. My friends, let me know right now. Let the locations pour down the screen. Where are you from? We're reaching out across the United States. Where are you from, folks? Let us know. Chris Rexstead, we will let you enter a video. Oh, my goodness gracious. Philadelphia, San Diego, North Carolina, Falmouth, Maine, Dallas, Texas, Plainville, Connecticut, Zebulon, near Raleigh. All right, my friends. Thank you so much. Remember, next week is prediction. And, Nancy, tell us how many viewers we had for tonight. I'd love to know. This is Coach B signing off. Power to the teachers. God bless us all. See you next week, my friends.